Your Daddy, and Mr. Rippy. Mr. Rippy. And we may also have a special guest or two that I just booked last minute. And if I don't have them this week, you best believe that I'm going to try and have an exhibition performance, hello, something of the effect next week. By the way, I don't know how, besides not knowing how to shave, I don't know how to apply lip balm. So I always have this very shiny coat. It looks like I just like shoved my face into a glazed donut at all points. Just bah. So if you're wondering, Lil Mama wrote a song about me. It's called Lip Gloss, and it's always popping. And so if you ever want to know, I've got you covered. It's always popping. But big thank you to all of you who have been showing up. I would like to quickly shout out some of the, by the way, Lil Mama wrote that song. If you're like, why is Chris talking about Lil Mamas out here? I'm sure there's a lot of great Lil Mamas, but Lil Mama the artist, all right? All right. Couple new shows that have come to the platform. On Tuesdays at 10, if you're stuck in a rut, if you're kicking the can down the road, you're saying, man, I really wish I would hit the lottery. Well, you don't have to hit the lottery to have a successful life, because Charisma Davis is there to deliver all the life coach hacks, tips, details, so that you can get yourself off on the right foot. She brings in someone every week, has them discuss a little bit about what their ailments are with that week's topic. This past week was an exceptional topic. It dealt with bullying and not caring about what others think, and being able to be your own person, being comfortable in your own skin. Which, for any of you out there who have had difficulty trying to get into the live streaming game, you know that it can be hard because you don't know what people are going to say. They might say rude things. They might say that you look like Elon Musk's son. Who would say something like that? I don't know. But it could happen. Somebody might say that. All right, what else is going on? Love Quest is another newer show. But the newest show, everyone, is Uncover Paranormal. If you've not seen the banner for Uncover Paranormal, by the way, look at the banner for it. Tell me that is not a cool banner. Good job, design team. You can catch the official first run of Uncover Paranormal with Blair Woods tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's some obnoxious radio host guy that's going to be on it. So if you want to hear a radio host guy talk about his experiences with the supernatural and find out about the origin of some legends and other mythological circumstances, make sure you check out Beyond. We're combining the shows. We're going to take Beyond Magic and Uncover Paranormal and stuff them together, and it's just going to be a magical spectacle of amazement. Okay, good stuff, everybody. Is Ebony in the building? While we're talking about shows, is Ebony in the building right now? Just request the box if you can. I'll never see you in the comments. But if you can request the box, Ebony, I'd like to tease an upcoming show that I'm really passionate about. We're going to have Ebony on the show again later for a full interview, but she's not scheduled this week. Just get a little hint. Hey, Ebony.
How are you?
Oh, I'm so well. I'm on cloud 9 right now. You?
Awesome.
Oh, I thought the stream ended.
Oh no!
I thought the stream ended. Ebony, we are talking about shows. We're talking about shows. We're talking about things that are happening. It's my understanding, I hear through the grapevine that you have been working on a show and that it could potentially be featured here in the very near future.
I have been working on a show. It's called Art of Words, currently on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. And it's just basically a show where I have guest poets, spoken word artists, lyricists come and perform in the box while I paint.
Mm-hmm. You're capturing the emotions of what the poets and lyricists are saying, and then you create artwork to it. In fact, I'm not sure if she's here, but Naj, are you here? I'd like for you all to have a little bit of a sample of what you can expect. If you're here, go and request the box. If not, we can have her another time. Really important that you get to plug your show, Ebony. But if you are a spoken word artist, if you are a rapper, if you are a lyricist of any sort, please give Ebony a favorite and send her a message. This is such a powerful show. The talent that rolls through there is just unbelievable. Seriously unbelievable, the talent that rolls through there. So if you can go ahead and give Ebony a favorite, if you're interested in performing on her show, this is an awesome opportunity to get your name out there, to have some exposure and do something that you love all at the same time. All at the same time.
Thank you so much, Chris. So we did just end our third show. If I can show my piece, this was a piece that I painted capturing the emotions of our artists tonight.
You have to remember, she's doing this extremely fast. She has other artworks behind her that are much more detailed, but that's capturing the different lyrics. If you want to show off some of the artwork that's behind you, even
Sure.
she's capturing the emotions and what's being spoken about during the performances. So what a skill to even think of different other art concepts while that's all going down. So there's some of her other pieces, everyone. So again, if you're interested in performing on this show, make sure that you send Ebony a hi, talk to her, and let's get you booked, because this is a great show, great concept, great cause.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Definitely. Thank you so much for jumping in the box, Ebony. We'll have to have you on the show for a full interview here soon.
All right, we'll do it.
All right. Thank you so much. Hey, Art of Words, coming to your live streams here soon, everyone. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. I don't see Naj. I don't see Naj there. I don't see Naj. But maybe if she pops by at some point, I'd love for you to have an idea. If any of you have not been to a spoken word night or a slam poetry night, it's something to really take in. It's a different type of experience than just hearing someone sing. I shouldn't say just. It's a different experience than hearing someone sing. There's something about the power of words and how they can be conveyed through inflection. So make sure that you check out the show. It's fantastic work. Anyway, back over here, everyone. On our show today, our first conversation is with a gentleman. His name's James. James, if you're want to go ahead and request that box. James has had a colorful history and colorful experience, and he is an up-and-comer on this platform. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can welcome our first guest tonight, Purple Badge himself, Purple Badge, Mr. James Andrew III. How you doing, Mr. James?
What up, dude? How are you?
I'm used to wearing a retainer, and sometimes words make other words unrelated to anything that just happened. Completely unrelated to anything that just happened. James, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah. James, I had a strong referral from you from someone. It says these are my notes. From someone named Charismatic.
I love her.
Have you heard this person?
100%.
Okay. Charismatic. Okay. A charismatic referred you. So James, thank you for joining the show. When did you first join this application?
About 2 years ago.
2 years ago. What was the reason? Why'd you download it?
Well, it's a dating app, and I was trying to get it in, Chris. Come on, G.
Get in love. Get in love, obviously.
100%. I was trying to find somebody to hang out with and to meet in person. Yeah, 100.
Right. Get it in love is the saying that everybody knows and adores. Get in love, James. You seem like a romantic fellow. What type of women, just that curiosity, do you typically go after? Is there a type, James?
100% blondes, blue eyes.
Blonde, blue eyes. Okay. That's
strong, independent, driven, for sure.
Power lifters. Strong, independent, blonde. It's kind of like an Arnold Schwarzenegger of sorts. No, that's interesting. That's interesting. But you're still here. How did the dating stay the focus of what you were trying to do? Or I slept today, everyone, by the way. You're going to see a different type of performance. Did it take away or change your perception of live? I'm sorry, the idea of dating, or has that remained constant over the past 2 years for you?
No, actually, it totally changed direction. You know, I started here looking for somebody to hang out with, and it was before they even had battles. I was streaming on a different account before they even had battles. So really, I would just set up a canvas and I would just paint, you know, and then they introduced the battle section. I just became addicted. I just couldn't stop battling. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Battles. And you were known for a particular type of battle, correct?
100%. That's where the blog came from. Yeah. I love the roast battles.
Okay. Now, what does cooking have to do with live streaming, roasting? What is... Is it a type of cooking? What is a roast battle?
Oh, it's pretty much just you just have fun. You tell jokes about people.
Oh, so it's not completely unrelated to cooking. You're telling jokes. Would you say that these jokes are ever at the expense of people?
No, it was just a lot of fun. We were having fun, just to it was just a way to get people to laugh and just to activate and entertain people.
Yeah, yeah, okay. And did you start off as a live streamer, or had you begin as a viewer and then found the confidence to become?
Yeah, no, actually, I've never streamed. I didn't even know what it was at first. I had no idea what the streaming world was even about. And a little more and more that I started doing it, I started, just become more comfortable. And like I said, I just got addicted to battles, just never knowing what was going to be next. You know what I mean?
Do you feel like in your roast battles you made any enemies or rubbed anyone ever the wrong way?
100%.
How's that played out in your live streaming career?
Well, see, the thing is the evolution is amazing, right? Because I had a whole different account before, right? I had over 16,000 wins. I had 3.2 milli, and I got off of the app because I was just too addicted. I was too entangled, So I got off for about 6 months, and then during the Corona, I started up again, because I was at home. There was nothing to do, and I completely changed the whole vibe. I came on here and I knew what I wanted to achieve, and it was amazing to be able to make that transformation.
What do you say to the people that, why'd you make a new account? Did it have anything to do with the behavior of the roast battles, or was there anything that you're trying to get away from? Why the restart?
No, it was literally because I was just too addicted. Like, I spent all my time on this app. You know what I mean? And then I had to get my life together. Like, I wasn't doing anything on this app to really better my life or where I was at in that moment in time.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let's understand the context of who you are prior to all of this, because anyone who gets on the platform, they do have a story. Everyone has a story. What is yours? Let's take us back. What was life growing up for you?
I'm from Redondo Beach, born and raised in LA. I had an amazing family, growing up, and after college and stuff, I fell victim to my addiction. I was definitely highly addicted to a lot of things. And what was crazy about it is a lot of people that have viewed me have seen my journey.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They've seen me have my own place. They've seen me in the trap. They've just seen my ups and downs. And I think that's what makes my viewers and our connection so special.
Yeah. Within whatever range of comfortability you have, what were some of the circumstances that you found yourself falling into addiction? No one decides that that's where they want their life to turn to. Is there a bit of a path that you can give us of how you found yourself in that position?
I really just think it has to do with people, places, and things. I was definitely hanging out with the wrong crowd. I was making a lot of money. I was partying. I was living the LA lifestyle, bro. I'm telling you, is lit. It's not that hard to go anywhere and to just stay up for weeks on end, and like you don't even know what happened. Before you know it, it's just like, Jesus Christ, it's Monday already.
So you would attribute less to that maybe you had not a traumatic experience in life, or that it wasn't something that was horrible that had happened to you, but you were being naive, ignorant, trying to have too much fun, overdid the fun, fell into problems.
100%. Perfect.
What would you consider to be near that bottom? Where was hitting the bottom for you, where you had to start to make a change?
Well, I mean, I've been arrested. I've been arrested. I've spent a lot of time in jail. My family and friends, no longer want to be a part of my life. You know what I mean? And I mean, when you're alone and you're surrounded by people and you're still alone, you know that there's something wrong.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. What was that experience like for you? Honestly, I've never been to jail myself. But surprise. But if for someone like myself who is not aware of what the experience is like, do you feel like it was a growing experience? Do you feel resentful for the time that you were there? Help us understand how you've processed that.
Well, it's like this. It's like, if I didn't go through those things, I wouldn't be the person I am today.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Going through those things was definitely an eye-opening. I know that I don't want to ever feel like that again. I don't want to be in that situation again. And you're alone, bro. Being alone, I'm telling you, being alone surrounded by people is something that is just so profound. You know what I mean? And me, I'm a people person. I like to interact. I like to smile. I like to engage. I like to stimulate, and to be alone, it really just deterred who I was as a person. And
Yeah. Okay. How do you end up meeting Shar? What happens there?
So check this out. It's a crazy experience. So what I've done is I've actually started meeting people from my stream, right? And I met somebody named, I went to a birthday party one time with somebody that was in my stream. Her name is Bay Area. I went to a party and I met Sharky. Now Sharky is I've taken him on as my sponsor to become one of my best friends. I hold him dear to my heart, but he was really good friends with Shar. And so we planned a trip to go down to the American River in Sacramento, and she was there. Yeah. And
Okay.
yeah, we all floated down the river together. I met her in person, and it was absolutely amazing.
So this was a person that you knew from Meet Me, but just happened to encounter in public, and you were like, "Hey, aren't you the person from Meet Me?"
No, well, so what happened was a girl, like I said, a girl from my stream was throwing a birthday party, and she invited a bunch of people from the stream to her house.
Mm-hmm.
And so I showed up at the house, and I was able to meet, a couple people that were in my stream, and he was one of them. And we just clicked. We definitely clicked. And he told me his story. He has you heard it last night on Charismatics, right? He has an amazing story, and I asked him to be my sponsor. And ever since then, he's been sponsoring me and just guiding me through the way.
What does that terminology mean, to be your sponsor?
So pretty much what he does is he's helping me live life sober.
Okay. How long have you been sober for?
This time it's almost 45 days.
This time almost 45. So this is not your first time trying to
No,
be
I
sober.
was sober for 3.5 years before.
Okay. What happened? What changed? I mean, whatever the range of comfortability is here.
No, I'm totally comfortable talking about this. It's like an AA meeting. I got this. It's like this. It's like your addiction is doing push-ups, right? Your addiction is going to the gym every day. So it's constantly getting stronger and stronger. And if you don't work a solid program, if you don't stay connected with the people around you, showing you the right way, right? It's easy to slip. And I was at a point where I had been sober for so long. I had all these things, right? I had a car, I had a motorcycle, I had my own place, I had money in the bank, and I felt that I can go have a drink. I was like, yo, I'm good. Like, I can go get a drink today. Like, I'm not tripping on it, right? Well, that drink led to other things and then other things and then PCP and then here we go again, back to square one.
Wow. So, I mean, that's going in deep. That's going in deep.
Yeah. Reality, 100.
I feel like I'm taking so many paths with this conversation, but it's interesting and it's a learning experience. What is your takeaway from the time that you had spent doing drugs? Not everyone. I can't say that everyone is able to come back from that with a learning experience. Sometimes they ultimately pay for it with their life. What do you feel like you reflect on and say, I am different now because? Why are you different now? What is different that you were able to stay consistent or you have now changed?
Well, I'm also at the point in my life where I'm 39 years old, bro. I want a family. I want unity. I want to live life like I said, being alone, surrounded by people, right? So when I was in my addiction, like my parents would never invite me over to Thanksgiving or Christmas. And those are things that I thrived on growing up, right? And so now growing up, I know that I want these things, that I cherish those simple things in life. I cherish those things, and there's no way there's nothing that can happen that's going to take that away from me ever again.
Sure.
Yeah.
Again, with all of these conversations, I approach them with a neutral stance. I don't know context of many people's lives, but live streaming does leave you vulnerable to the opinions of many other people. How do you deal with that? What is your approach to going live, and how has it affected you?
Well, going live has actually affected me in a lot of amazing ways. Like, I definitely have a community around me now, a family unit that cares about me, that holds me accountable on a day-to-day, that checks in with me on a personal basis, and that is there for me when I'm sad or when I'm happy, and they experience these things with me. You know what I mean? And life has given me that. Like, the people that I surround myself right now, because so let me tell you something. So when I was in my addiction, right? Do you know who Omelno is?
Sure.
Omelno. So out of nowhere, I met her in a battle, and she was like, yo, if you want to change your life, yo, please, I'll pick you up. I'll bring you to the Bay, to the Bay Area, and I'll give you a second chance. And I jumped on it for whatever reason. I don't know what made me pick up my life in LA and come out here with a complete stranger. I have no idea, but she gave me that opportunity, and that second wind, and so just from meeting me alone is the reason where I'm at now, and I think that's a beautiful thing, Charismatic, Sharky, Sunshine, like all these people that I've met through live, are completely surrounded, and we're doing trips together, and it's been amazing. been an amazing journey.
Mm-hmm. Why do you feel that this is going to be the shot, or do you not know that this will be the shot, that there could be a relapse? Do you feel confident now that you are on the right path? Where is your mindset now these days?
100%. I've left that far behind me. Like, I know what it is. I know what it is to be sober. I know what it is to be high. And like, I just choose a better way of life. 100%.
Mm-hmm. What is it that you're looking for out of this community? How does this play a role into your life now?
Well, I love this community. This community gives me a way to escape, right? This gives me, it's definitely entertainment. And not only that, like I feel like I'm in a place where I can show others that there's different ways of living, right? A lot of people reach out to me and tell me things on the back end and tell me like, I've had a bad day and I love coming to your stream and laughing, you know, or it's nice to have you on the background while I'm at work. And those things like inspire me to continue doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like I love to just do me, and people love watching me do me. So
sure.
Awesome.
Sure. Yeah. I use the same last question for everyone. Is there anything that you'd like to say, anything that you're passionate about, anything that you'd like to talk about before we start to wrap up?
No, I just definitely appreciate this opportunity for giving me a platform just to say how much I appreciate you guys. You know, thank you for giving me an opportunity to tell the people that like, yo, it means a lot, like that they're there for me. You know what I mean? And then I'm able to come here and I'm able to laugh and to communicate. And I just appreciate it, for real, for real. It's been an amazing experience, and I just can't wait to see where it goes.
Definitely. And as far as the people who don't believe in you or have negative perceptions of you, what is it that you would like them to know?
Well, I mean, there's nothing that they can do to stifle me. There's nothing that they can, you know what I mean? There's nothing you can stifle me. Like, yo, check it out. If you don't like my stream, just swipe left or swipe right. There's definitely plenty of other streams out there that you can go to and go and chill in, you know what I mean? You don't have to be in mine. You feel me?
Sure. Yeah. All right. Well, Mr. James, I appreciate you coming on the show. You obviously have a decorated past and many things that you've gone through. For those of you who would like to hear more from James or have interest in knowing more about him, go ahead and drop him a favorite or swing by his stream. James, thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you.
Cheers. Thank you, James. Hey, that's the start of a show, everybody. That was about 15-20 minutes of pure vulnerability in the Lion's Den. I mean, not many people are going to come in here and start to talk about themselves. So thank you for the referral. Charismatic. I know that you had a friend there, and so wanted to make sure that she said he had a great story. I want to hear that story. Thank you so much for that. Now, Naj, are you in the building? I'm not sure if Naj has had an opportunity to be in the building yet. No? Yes, no? Maybe. If not, our second guest tonight, she has aspirations of being a top badge. And by the way, she is. Naj, can you go ahead and request that box, please? I would appreciate that. Our next guest, she may also have aspirations of being a top badge. There she is. All right, everyone. We were talking about Ebony's show, the Art of Words, just a bit ago. And this next performer, I can name maybe 3 times I've had improvised guests on this show. Everything here is curated. Naj, I gotta hand this to you. I have not been so impressed in a long time, and I see a lot.
Wow.
I see a lot.
Oh, thank you so much.
Naj, can you give us and this is again not going to be a full interview. I just would love so much for you to have, I'm sorry, not for you, but for other people to have the honor, the privilege to see you do your craft. But will you please give us a little idea of who you are?
Okay, I'll give you a little bit of the piece I just did. This is a piece called I Speak Poet, and this is a little bit of it. I breathe through paper, get high off blue lines, loose off the leaf that binds me. Black ink drips like IVs. I scratch sheets that's ivory. In a league that's IV, get you green like IV. Till a state of envy, leave me empty. Let you feed off my nouns, devour my vowels and sounds, pronounce my pronouns in a way that's profound. Just to get you to listen, I leave no decision but to pay attention to my electric slide vocabulary from cardiac to coronary, or simply put, I breathe words through my heart. It's a necessity for me to ingest how I feel, then spew bulimically because I can't stomach these words, so it's okay to call me ill. So I don't know how much you want, but that's all.
I mean, I want more. If you want to hit us with the rest, I mean, that's good.
All right. Withdrawal if my pages stay blank for too long. The mic ain't on for too long. These seats stay empty for too long. I panic because even though I prefer a dark room, I like that spotlight on for this pain I consume. Don't you get it? I'm selfish. Ego soaks ink, self-absorbed, overthink every thought to the brink. I'm a cliffhanger. My words hang in the balance of fall to give me that balance I seek. So I let these demons seep. That's why I speak beast. I'm fluent in ogre and goblin and dragon. The vampires are head over heels, but them goons understand me. And the fairies are dizzy and the maidens confused. Princesses not confused because they misconstrue. Amuse with the muse. I'm here to inspire you, not to entertain, so my war won't be in vain. I let you watch me self-help like a bullet to the brain. I told you, I breathe words. It's like I have to possess, but not possession. I don't own what I say, inspired by the Most High to be given away. I detonate tongue like match kerosene. I spit, spark words like pheromones, verbal pyrotechnics. I inhale this, use literary therapy to remedy, translate, moderate, alleviate, and elevate. So please tune in, meet me, tune in, because this is how I use my voice. This is my language of choice. I speak poet. Thank you very much.
Disgusting. You're so good. I love that. It's content. Yes, I saw content in the comments. If you want more content like this, and Naj, we've got to get your full story, because the way, I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil it. People have got to come back for this. But the way I heard that you got into this, had the confidence to jump in and start doing it, I was blown away. It amazed me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
So if you want to catch more talent like this, if you want to see regularly this type of talent, make sure that you've got favorite Ebony. Make sure you favorite Naj right here too. But make sure you favorite Ebony.
Yes, I appreciate it.
She is running a platform that helps artists like Naj and so many others put out their message, deliver spoken word poetry and rap in a setting where we can grow and learn from it together. So thank you so much for that. We got to have you back. Please.
I appreciate you, Chris, anytime.
Thank you. Cheers. Cheers. Naj, everybody. Cheers. Wow. What is an intermission? What is an intermission? Welcome. Welcome to Suited Up. This is your weekly interview show, Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We just had on Naj giving us some poetry. Next up, we have Jordaddy. Jordaddy aspires to be a top badge, has been on the app. In fact, I'm sure many of you thought she was a top badge, maybe. I made the mistake once or twice. Ladies and gentlemen, our second guest tonight, suited up, ready to go, Jordaddy. How you doing, miss?
Good. How are you? How's your night?
I'm doing very well. I like the outfit. I like the background.
I figured you couldn't be the only one suited up today, so.
Sometimes it's like that, and it's okay. It's okay. Jordaddy, you're very well known on the platform, but for the people who've not met you before, will you please introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Jordaddy. Or Jordan works too. I honestly can't stand my name, but it's all about branding, and it's been there for too long now.
How did you land on Jordaddy? There's so many ways I could imagine. I
didn't. Do you remember Bleh? He was on the app, and then he was off the app, and then he was back.
Yeah.
He's been one of my biggest supporters since the very beginning, and he called me Jordaddy one time. We were joking around about like Poppy Daddy, and he's like, no, but you're Jordaddy, and I was like, bet.
Is it like a playoff of Your Daddy?
Yeah.
Oh, so hey everyone, introducing to the box Your Daddy. Yeah, I don't like that. Just like how we call Daddy J Jacob, I don't know, not on board. The word daddy is just not a word. No child can ever say that, by the way. Just be like, no, I'm not daddy. This is dad. Okay. Jordaddy, you said that you were given the name by a relatively well-known viewer, gift, or supporter of the platform. Was this someone that you had known prior? Was this a friend that you made while streaming?
It's a friend that I made while streaming. I've known him since I probably was at like 100K on here. So within my first week, I had met him. He was friends with a friend that I had made, and just how everybody kind of networks on here. You reach out and you expand, and he was part of that growth.
Yeah. Community is an interesting thing because you never know what friendships are going to blossom or the ones that you'll find. Do you feel like that's been the case for you? Have you made quite a few friends since starting?
Oh, of course, yes. I have made friends all over the country, all over the world. I've even got to spend the majority of August traveling and meeting a lot of them, and that was really fun, especially when you spend so much in a digital world, and especially being, stuck at home with people who can't work or things like that, and going out and meeting these people that you forged connections with over the internet and actually being in their presence physically, it's just a different experience.
Was that something that you were missing in your life? Had you had trouble connecting with people prior to this platform, or what is the story of finding that?
Actually, yes. So I'm a very personable person. I can socialize very well. I have that ability. I've been in sales my whole life and in customer service. But when it came to my personal life, unfortunately, I was in a severely abusive relationship for a lot of my adulthood until last year.
Wow.
And that put certain constraints on my life. I couldn't hang out with people. I couldn't go and socialize and make friends because, it led to more hurt than it did help at the end of the day. And so my job had moved me all around the country too. So that didn't help in forging friendships either, because every 6 months I was moving. I got stuck in Iowa.
If I can slow the conversation down just for a moment.
Yeah.
This show is about learning experiences, and again, as with the first conversation, whatever your range of comfortability is. But there are in my opinion, so many misconceptions about people who are in abusive relationships and them not leaving. Well, why not just leave? So
Right.
if we could just understand, how did that relationship start? Was it a friend? Was it someone that you'd met online? How
It
did
was
that?
actually the first time I ever made a move on a guy. I was always the shyest, and I never had given out my number, but I gave him my number, and we had hit it off.
Where were you at? Was this a bar situation? Like, oh, he cute.
No, we worked together.
You worked with him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there was a guy you worked with. You're like, I think we should definitely be co-workers. And you give him a number. Then what happened?
One thing led to another. We were dating. We moved in together. Everything was amazing for the first year, and then it changed.
Yeah.
And so it's easy to tell people, to leave a situation when you're on the outside of it. But when you first it was good. That's where it tricks you, because when it's good at the beginning, you spend the rest of your time with that person, hoping for that good to come back. And my biggest fault was trying to see the best part of somebody that didn't have anything good to offer anymore.
Was there something that you feel sparked that change, or do you think that was hidden? Was it a fear on that person's end that created that change in your relationship?
He was unmedicated and bipolar, and so that didn't help with anything, because there were flare-ups every other day, and I'm a hothead myself. I can admit it. I can know where I need to work on things, and so he would come at me, and I would yell back, and one thing would lead to another, and it would be hands on me. And so, but as for the leaving part, it's easy to tell someone to leave when your whole life isn't wrapped up into a situation.
Mm-hmm. You
The country and everything. Our lives were intertwined.
You hit the nail on the head too with something that you said, which is that when you're with someone so long and it was good, you idealize them. You have a version of them that that you are in love with and cares for you, and it is good and it is pure. And we do hold on to that because we want to believe that the person that we're with can be our idealized version versus what the reality is of a person.
Right.
How long were you together?
6 years.
6 years, and after year one, it went south.
Yep, I spent 5 years not realizing that there was other options out there. Not even other options, that I was the other option out there. That I spent 5 years trying to pick him when I should have been picking me.
Wow. What was the first domino where you were able to start to pick the pieces up for yourself to gain that confidence? Because I would imagine in that situation, you were not feeling confident. You may have felt not desirable, or there was a reason. So
Sure.
what was that domino?
Are you asking when I finally decided enough was enough, or when that switch flipped?
Yeah, whether it was a major event or just where things had started.
It started when I was diagnosed with something back in August of 2018 that left me hospitalized, and I had to go to the ER multiple times, and I was rushed back and forth. And he refused to take me. And we lived in Dallas, Texas. So our whole family lived up in like Nebraska, and he refused to take me. I didn't know very many people there, so I had to call the one person that I knew in town and basically beg them to come take me to the ER so that I could get help. I have something called intracranial hypertension. It means my brain thinks I have a brain tumor, but I don't, so it's fighting it off. It's a big old thing. It's no fun. But I realized at that point there was nothing that I could do to make him care about me. I was holding on to something that had been lost a long time ago.
Yeah.
And then a couple months later, he held me in a chokehold, and I blacked out. And sorry.
No, walk through it. You're doing great.
This is a lot.
No, again, whatever you're comfortable with. This is powerful. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I realized then that there was like zero regard for my life. Like before, it was kind of a trigger, but like that right there. So I left and I got a hotel room, and one thing led to another. And a couple months later, I had said, hey, it's been a good run, but I'm gonna need you to go, because we had moved and I had made sure that I was the only person on the lease. I was very strategic about all the steps that I had made in the months following, because I knew that if I did it at the wrong time, I could probably end up dead.
Yeah, you're right. And we're thankful that you are out of that situation.
Mm-hmm.
There could be someone watching right now who was or could be in that situation, and we hope that they never are, but that you were in. Do you have any words of advice or just something of the heart that you can lend out to them to help them find confidence within themselves, or make that first step themselves? Anything that comes to mind for you?
At the end of the day, when it really comes down to it, the only person that's going to pick you is you. The only person that can take you out of this is you. And if you spend more time happy than you spend sad in a relationship, then it is not worth it, because everybody deserves to have that happiness, and you don't need to sit through that. And you know what? My Instagram is meetme_Jordaddy. You can favorite me here, and I will talk to anybody and everybody. I will give you my phone number if you need it to help you figure out that situation, because it is the scariest thing to go through alone. But if I can do it alone, then you can do it with the army of people that we have here.
Yeah. Thank you for offering that for other people. I'd imagine, have there been people already that you've been able to connect with? Do you feel like you've been affected or have impact yourself or impacted anyone else so far in your time here?
So she wanted me to find a way to shout her out. And so then you ask about her. My best friend, Aubrey, and I, literally the moment we bonded, the moment we clicked is one day when I was transparent about this on my live, and she said, why are we the same person? And we talked, we exchanged phone numbers, and literally for 10 years, Aubrey went through this, and then finally got the courage to pick up her life, pick up herself off the ground, and walk out that door with her head held high. And I can't explain to anybody how grateful I am for her, or explain to anybody how amazing that moment right there feels.
Mm-hmm. It's isolation. And so, again, I'm not a professional, but that said, isolation is one of the most common tactics of people who are abusers, because it helps normalize their behavior and it restricts your resources.
Right.
And so I imagine for that person, when they found that, hey, you're going through something, or you went through something, and it's definitely not right, and you realize in retrospect that it's not right, you help to unnormalize something. You say that this is not okay. This is not the situation to be in. I do deserve more. And so it's so beautiful that this platform can be so much more. It can be a resource for people to have a way out, whether it's through addiction, an abusive relationship, loneliness, just needing a laugh. There's so many ways that this can be used. So thank you.
It's an outlet for everybody.
Hmm. Let's go ahead and talk about your time going forward on here. So you got started. You had gotten out of an abusive relationship. Here you are. You've made a best friend. What's the future look like for you? What do you hope to do with your time here on the platform?
I absolutely love what I do here, and just the opportunity to talk to new people each day. And I also sing, so like to be able to get that out there, and it boosts my own confidence too, to be able to do this, and allows me that ability. And so I just want to continue doing what I'm doing, which is we grow our family larger each day. We dive into new topics each day, and just, I don't know, continuing to love each and every one of the people that I got here.
That's excellent. That's excellent. What is the symbol in your name? It looks like a diamond clover. It's a what?
Diamond Fortress.
A diamond fortress. How did you land on a diamond fortress for your emoji?
Well, I just wanted one that I didn't see anybody else having, and I'm sorry, Poppy Stark, I didn't know that you had it first, but I mean, it's mine now too. We can, but it's also from like Zelda, and I'm a nerd, so.
Are you a gamer?
I play a couple different video games. I like Star Wars a lot too, and I just I don't share as much of that part of myself.
No. We need this. You're a Zelda player?
I'm more into Call of Duty and like Soul Calibur and Mortal Kombat these days, but.
You play Soul Calibur?
Bruh, do you play Soul Calibur?
Yeah, I play Soul Calibur. That was my dad and I. Like the few things we really could bond over, because I was the sports failure, was video games, right? And so like Tekken, Soul Calibur, all that. Who do you main in Soul Calibur?
I switch it up all the time. Yeah, I like Yoda though.
Who?
Yoda.
Oh, yeah, that was like an Xbox exclusive or something. Yeah.
Well, no, it's on my PlayStation as well.
Okay, this conversation is getting too specific. I feel the people leaving. They're like, I don't Yoda, Soul Calibur, I'm out. No, that's so fun. So you're a gamer. What is another nerdy thing that you're willing to reveal? Hot off the presses exclusive. What was another nerdy thing?
I was a super nerd in high school. I finished with a 4.0, and I'm a math geek. I mean, like I was a mathlete in school. I was on the math team as well as the soccer team, so I did the best of both worlds. But I love numbers, and my cat names are Luke and Leia. So like Star Wars, let's go.
Your cats?
Yeah.
Luke and Leia. Are they related?
They're brother and sister.
Oh, gross. All right, so cool. Wait,
Leia are brother and sister.
they kiss, right? In the movie, don't Luke and Leia kiss?
No, they're brother.
They cut my lights off. They're like, Chris, no, stop. All right. Well, Jordy.
That was me doing the last call.
What did you say? That last call. Last question. Per tradition, I want to make sure, and you've revealed a lot today, that you have an opportunity to talk about anything that you're passionate about, would like to go over, anything that you'd like to talk about.
One thing that I try to tell people in my stream a lot too is to be kind always, because you never know what anybody's going through.
Definitely.
And so just like a lot of people in my life didn't know what I was going through with my abusive relationship at home, you don't know why somebody is in the mood that they're in. We are nice to our friends. Yes, Aubrey. And so just be kind always.
Absolutely. Those are good words. When do you go live? If you're interested in Jordani, first of all, make sure that you've got her favorite. Give her a favorite. When are you live? If someone wants to come and hang out and learn more about you and your gaming antics.
I've been on at 7 a.m. Central Time the last couple days, and that's my planned time. And then sometimes I'll go live in the evening as well. But I really like doing my makeup and my coffee with my friends.
Nice. How do you drink your coffee?
Out of a Keurig.
Like creamer, no creamer, milk, black. What are you doing?
Just a little bit of creamer in it.
Nice.
Well,
I've never been a coffee person myself, but hey, more power to you. Jordani, thank you so much for coming on and talking about your experience, being vulnerable. I know that someone out there was touched by it, and you did something great for it. So thank you for that.
I appreciate you, and thank you for allowing me to be here.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, our second guest of the night, the one, the only, we're going to call her Jor. Jor! Thank you, Jordan. Cheers. That was the second interview. Hey, everyone, if you're just tuning in, welcome to Suited Up. We've had, this has been a good show. I don't normally do this, but in the comments, if you've been feeling this show today, if you can put a one or an emoji or a ghost, or maybe you have a peanut emoji, something like that, that'd be really cool. If you've been feeling the show, I've really enjoyed today's show. Anytime we get into that really good content, that gritty vulnerability, that's where it's at. That's what this show was based off of. And I'll be honest, everyone, I feel like I've let a lot of you down every week coming in here underslept with the questions about, so tell me how you got on the app. Cool. What's your favorite part about your friends here? That's neat. Now, let's expose that heart. Thank you so much. And I'm about to do it with Rippy. Ladies and gentlemen, our third guest this evening, he is a music maestro. He is a gentleman, a scholar, and he might even be suited up. Our third and final guest this evening.
I'm not shit.
You know, that's more
my suits in the cleaners right now too.
No, what you did there is that what you're wearing right there is more expensive than most people's suits. I promise you that. That sweatshirt you have on is much more valuable than most people's.
This embroidering is just like it's extremely expensive, guys.
It's very it's the finest craftsmanship ever known. Rippy, I have been honored to meet you in person, and now most people now in this live stream are getting to know you virtually. But for the people who haven't met you, how long have you been on the platform?
On the live stream portion, August 2017 approximately.
Okay.
And I actually got the app probably 2014.
2014.
Yeah, right after when there was no live and this app was just a bunch of discussion boards and feeds and stuff like that. And I ended up dating someone, and then I left the app. I came back and I'm like, what is this live section?
What? Rippy. Yeah. The ladies, Rippy, the ladies, man, is what's going on here. Hold up one sec. You joined way back when Rippy was looking for love and you found a relationship. How did that go?
We ended up dating. She wasn't too far from me. She's probably a 30-minute drive. And then it kind of fizzled out because she was, I don't know, she started giving ultimatums and getting really controlling, and I was just like, nope, bye. And yeah.
He was like, Rippy, I don't want you seeing other women. And he was like, it's kind of a tough ultimatum, Chris. Or I'm sorry, I don't know what her name was. Tough ultimatum. I don't think I could deal with that.
Yeah, so
I'm joking. I didn't say that.
That was it. Like then we basically I came back and I was like, yo, what's this live streaming? There was no diamonds when this started. It was just you could go live and kind of just like hang out and talk with people. It was interesting.
Yeah. Did you find yourself getting sucked into that, or were you looking more to still use it as a dating app at that time?
It was still a dating app to me for a while, and then like I started seeing more like talent, and then people actually having real conversations, and it kind of became, it's like the way I put it, it's a social media platform that you can use for whatever you see fit. It could be a dating, it could be social networking, it could be plugging different your other platforms together.
Absolutely.
Whatever you want to use it for socially.
It's it wears a lot of hats. It wears a lot of hats. You're right. Yeah. But you ended up getting into the viewing part. Did you immediately start streaming yourself, or were you more of a viewer? Whoa!
Oh, I was. Yo, thank you for the fish, everybody. I keep seeing these damn things. I was a viewer mainly, because honestly, I kind of still have a little bit of anxiety when being on the camera, because I always used to think like, oh, what are people looking like? What are people thinking when I'm on camera, but I don't
Facial hair.
really like that anymore. It was just a thing. And then I started streaming actually streaming probably like 2019 somewhere around.
Was that before? Did you go to Playlist 2019?
No, I did not. 2020 was the one I went to.
Okay, 2019, you were not there. Who were some of the first people? Because you're very well known. There's a special place for people, I believe, who don't stream but are extremely well known on the platform. And you do stream from time to time, but mostly you hang out, you chat, you add a lot to the conversations. Do you remember the first people you became really active in their chats with?
Active in the chats? There was like L Stream, like that was probably the most active I was at, where I was consistent in. There was like Chipotle, and then there was, George. Those are all pretty early on. Like 2017, I didn't really have set streams I went to. I was just kind of going on there, kind of like, oh, what's going on here? And I didn't have any set places I would really go to. But yeah, George, L, Chipotle, Holly's later on. Now I have a lot. There's a lot more people now, but
Rippy is torn between different
I
streams.
And I'm
Is torn, Rip? Like you rip Rippy?
wait, where's the piece of paper?
Okay. I thought it was funny. No, it's so good. Okay. Rippy, how do you go from being a viewer to gifter? Because you're a black badge VIP. You're wearing your VIP sweatshirt.
Yeah.
What causes a person to take the plunge into, I want to support these live streams?
So for me, it was when the live streaming, when I started being gifter, I had just gotten my big boy job and as an engineer, and I felt really blessed, and to the point where I almost feel like I had more than I saw a lot of other people had. And I saw these people pursuing these streaming careers or like things, and I just wanted to support them. I had more than I felt that I needed, which, so, I don't know, it's kind of weird. That's how I thought of it. At first it was kind of like a charity thing almost, but then
I think it's wanting others to have and do well as you do, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, you bring all your friends and people up with you instead of, looking down on them. Bring them up with you.
It's an extreme of the old adage of it's lonely at the top, right? So it means It means to say why be at a higher place if you're going to be there alone. But not to say that because you make money or less money, you're in a different place. But it does help people become happy. I can say that. I've never seen someone go, dragon.
Oh, dragon, why would you send me that?
Dragon. This is a terrible time. Gross. But I mean, there's one thing to say, hey, let me help you. Did you find yourself becoming addicted to the gifting? What kept you hooked?
Yeah, it's that instant like gratification, satisfaction of seeing someone like light up at the instant, as if just like that surprise. Like it's a gift, so it's not 100% like guaranteed. So when it pops up and you send it, seeing people's reactions and getting excited about it, being happy about it, and that was the addicting part.
Yeah, yeah, I can see it. As someone who is a VIP from putting into the app, because some people are able to achieve a VIP because they take money out from what they get and then they re-put it back in. You legitimately are putting yourself into the app. What are some key takeaways, or what are some words of advice that you can give to people who believe that gifting will get them to something, whether it's notoriety, fame, recognition, happiness? You've been there, done that. Help us understand.
I used to say that I don't think gifting gets you notoriety on the app. Like if you're trying to become a big top streamer, but that changed. The meta and Meet Me changed. And honestly, you could. It's true. And I'm not saying it's bad. It's good if people want to jumpstart their streaming career by gifting. I think that's fair enough. But you shouldn't expect it back. You should not expect it back. If I don't really have the best words of advice for it, because everybody can, work their own way. But I wouldn't, if you're out gifting just to try and become a top badge and you get really into hitting people back up or getting salty that people aren't coming to your stream and gifting you, that's the wrong takeaway. You should really think about it as a gift. That's why I always like to think of it as a charity to myself, because it was like, you give that, there's nothing don't expect anything back.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I think that's an excellent point. What I would tack onto it is that people replicate the behaviors that they see others doing, and they see people at the top who are able to support one another through gifting because they get gifts and then they help support their friends. And then what happens is that doesn't replicate for them, and they go, well, what happens now? I put all this in. What do I do?
yeah.
So it can be a negative experience if you're not prepared for what the outcome.
Yeah. Don't ever gift too if you're gifting to get somewhere. This is actually probably the best piece of advice I have. If you're gifting to get somewhere and it doesn't work out, just make sure that you were gifting and spending money that you don't actually need. Because people who do it and they think that they're going to jump into this streaming thing, but they just spent a lot of their own money and now they're in this kind of sad pit of sadness on live. No one wants to see that. We're here to like have fun and stuff. Pity parties suck. I'm just going to say it.
Well, again, it's meant to be fun, and it can be an experience where you get caught up in the excitement of it. We're all guilty of it. I've bought too many packs of Pokemon cards before, Magic the Gathering. We all know. We've seen it on stream. Rippy, though, that did translate into something which was pretty magical. Which was magical, which was Playlist Live 2020. I got to meet you. You were looking so dapper.
Yo, I was wearing my best, man. I was happy with it, honestly. And I'm glad it was cold, honestly, because I sweat a lot, so I was able to wear my suit and not be a puddle. So, yeah.
What I'm interested to know is, how did this translate into, all right, I've supported a lot of streamers, I've invested in this platform, but I want to take it to the next level where I actually go and I meet them. What motivated you to want to get in front of and meet the people from the platform?
So I've actually met people on this app a lot way before Playlist. I had met Hovey, Gabe, and Malo, and a bunch of people. We've had Chicago meetups all through 2018, and then 2019 I was meeting with people. But Playlist, I was like, okay, now I can meet everybody at once. We could be all in a big social setting. I could also meet the admins and just the whole community and see how it molds together.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. Honestly, I had a great time. I think I was surprised that I was one of the taller people there. That was the only thing that surprised me, but everybody was awesome. Everybody was very awesome.
Wow. Everyone's okay. Understand. That's kind of funny to think about, because we all sit down, and so I mean, you don't know, like if I've got all my bloatness going on right now. I happen to be very bloaty. Thank you.
I'm short, and I'm like, I'm 6'2". Like what?
You're 6. Yeah, you are pretty tall. It wasn't like, I think you were someone who was surprising to me how tall you were. But Aaron Kirby was the #1 surprise.
Oh my God, that was a big country boy, man. Holy shit. Yeah. I remember him walking onto the patio off to the side, you know where it was? And it was like 11 a.m. The sun's coming down. There's a bunch of us sitting on that couch and by the cigarette area. And this real big country boy like comes out. And I'm like, oh my God. I look up to him. I'm like, holy shit.
I'm not a short guy. With shoes, I'm 6 foot. With shoes. And because 5'11" sounds so different. Anyway, with shoes, I'm 6 foot. And I turned around, and there was this wall of plaid. And I look up, and there's a beard. And it's that wall of plaid was actually attached to a human head. It was him. It was him. I was so shocked. Yeah. But the fun thing about Playlist, too, is you get to learn in depth who people are. I've got to find out fun things about you. You're a gamer. You're a musician. And I had no idea. I had no idea that you did those things. Can we, do you have your guitar nearby, by the way?
Got it right here.
Goodness! Is that a PRS?
No, this is a Schecter.
Schecter? That was my second guess.
Oh, yeah. But that's a good guess, though. Honestly, it's got the inlays and the
That was my second guess. How long have you been playing guitar for?
Since probably like 2006, 2007. Whenever, like a couple months after Guitar Hero came out, because I'm a gamer, loved Guitar Hero, and then I was like, you know what, I kind of want to play the real thing, and that's how I started. Literally, that's the story.
Good job. PlayStation or whatever platform.
PlayStation 2.
Good job, PlayStation. And then you just didn't set it down.
Yeah, no, there's so many songs to learn. There's so many different things you can do, and then when you get creative yourself, it's just like, it's endless, you know. So,
Well, I'd love it if you would play a little for us, and we can continue the conversation. Go
all
ahead.
right, I'll play something. It'll be kind of short. I actually have a backing track pulled up. If you guys know this song, "Crazy Train," I'm gonna do the solo for "Crazy Train." So,
Ozzy Osbourne.
yep.
Yes, sir.
It's a little bit, little something.
Little something. Little something. Are you a classic rock fan then? Yeah.
Classic rock, blues, metal. I do honestly a lot. I kind of have even some like soft pop singer songwriter thing, because I realize too that when I play on my stream, people, they want to hear singing, and I have never sung until I was on here streaming, and I learned a couple ones. I'm not going to sing here, but I learned a couple songs that could passively do, like, you know, get out. It sounds passable, but people love singing.
It's so funny that you say that. Any top streamers or any well-viewed streamer in here knows. Please, in the chat, confirm this. I think people just assume because you stream, you know how to sing. Because I get that question all the time. I'm like, I cannot sing. And they're like, yes, you can sing. It's like the scene in Superbad where it's like, yeah, you're the guy's brother, the one with the beautiful voice. You can sing, and you can sing good. It's like, no, I promise you, I can't sing. But can you sing, Rippy? Because I feel like you can sing.
Sometimes I have to warm up and everything, but I have a few songs. Oh my god,
Terrible. What's
terrible. I can sing like "Can't Stop Falling in Love" by Elvis, or "Hallelujah." I could do a little bit of "Shallow." I'm trying to think of some other songs, but yeah. So,
Are you preparing to make a singing debut? Not necessarily right now. I won't put you on that kind of spot, but unless you want to.
no, definitely not right now. No. I'm more of a guitarist. I just sing just because, you know, honestly, you could train your voice. My voice has gotten a lot better. Actually, the first time I sang was actually in Bob's talent show competition. That was the first time.
Yeah, the whale emoji, Bob. That Bob.
Yeah, Mr. Bob, yeah. I know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Rippy, I feel like the time's just running away from us because we've had such a fun time talking. As always, is there anything that you're passionate about, anything that we haven't touched on that you'd like to talk about before we start to wrap up today?
I think we touched on a lot of good subjects. I think it mainly just, guys, be nice, realize that it's all, you know, it's kind of a community on here. If you're new to the app, it is pretty tight-knit on here to a certain extent. A lot of people know each other. There's a lot of different groups. So just like go around, talk to people. Don't get upset if someone says something rude. Just go to another stream and just kind of like keep calm and carry on.
Yeah. Sell me on Playlist 2021. Whenever it happens, should I go? And why? Why should I? Not me.
Definitely go.
Not me. But
Yes, everybody should go. Everybody should go. It is so much fun. If you're worried, if you're scared about, if you're a streamer who hasn't gone and you're afraid about, people walking up to you and saying, oh, and you don't know them, it happens. It happens. You get used to it. People.
Famous, guys. Yeah. He's famous. Rip is famous.
I actually had that happen a couple times where, a few people walked up to me and I didn't know who they were and I felt so terrible. But you just ask people like, oh, I recognize the picture, but what was your name again?
Do you want me to tell the trick? Do you want to know the trick? Do you want to know the trick?
Yeah, I do.
So I'm really like selling myself out right now because I'll inevitably do it at Playlist 2021. But when someone comes up to you and you don't know their name, but they know yours, say, oh my gosh, it's so good to see you. Hey, by the way, while you're here, let me introduce you to my friend, and pick out someone that you do know their name and say, hey, this is my friend Rippy. And Rippy, you're going to introduce yourself, and they say, hey, I'm Rippy, and then they have to say their name, and then you remember. And be like, yeah, I know so-and-so for so long. It happens really fast. Yeah. So what you do is you throw someone else under the bus so that you don't have to look bad.
Honestly, I'm feeling that. That's phenomenal. So, yeah, that's pretty good.
Big brain moves.
Yeah.
Big brain moves.
Brain moves.
If you have not favorited Rippy, when he does go live, it's a real treat. When do you anticipate being live next, sir?
I'm usually live in the mornings because I work night shift, or you'll find me around 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. ish, around there. I may go live tonight later on, but I'm just not sure. I kind of play it by ear. I do what I want when it comes down to it. I'm not,
Little teaser there. All right.
Little teaser.
Give this gentleman a favorite with his slash hats. Are those slash hats?
Yeah, I stole it from him. I'm Rippy. I ripped the guitar.
Oh! Okay. All right. Favorite, my man Rippy right here. Genuine, hilarious, fun, great guy. Please give him a favorite. Much love. Thank you so much for coming on doing this.
Thank you so much, Chris, and thank you, everybody. I appreciate you all.
Boys' night for this, everybody. He skipped boys' night. I will not say the establishment he was at last time, but he couldn't come because it was boys' night. Everyone, my name's Chris Casper. Thank you so much for coming by the show. Oh, thanks for gifts. I gotta shout out these gifters. Thank you to Twinsy. Zach is spooky. He's not here. He's spooky. And Snow White, as well as Valerie and Blake and George. Top 10 right here. Carousel, Mariah, Wolf in the Sunlight, and Boss Prone, CIA, Money Gang. It's like CIA. I don't know. Cheers. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming on the show. This is something that we do every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be live this Friday on The Rundown, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch app announcements, find out more about the platform, and rumor has it that top badges get announced sometimes. And last week, we announced Brooke Falls got her top badge. Congratulations to Brooke Falls again. And who knows, there could be another top badge announcement this week on Friday, 3 p.m. So make sure you check that out. All right. My name's Chris. I hope you had a great time. If you have interest in being on this show, please message me on Instagram at Chris Casper, spelled like it is up here, or if you ever just have any general questions. If you have not favorited George, you already have, because in his words, Chris, I will not do your show because anyone who knows you already knows me. So, thanks. I can't say that anyone in here would be able to favorite George because you have obviously already favorited him in his own words. I love George. George and I are good friends, and I always use that joke because it's true. He broke my heart. He, one of these days, I'll be laying there on my deathbed. And George, being in good health because he's a very fit gentleman, obviously will be, in good health. And I'll say, can we still interview George? And he'll still say no. He's very, very stubborn. All right. Thank you so much, George. I appreciate you. Thank you so much to all of our guests today. I had a great time. And I will see you on Friday. Cheers, everyone. Take care. Oh, check out our newest show, Uncover Paranormal. That's at 11 p.m. tonight. Blair Woods. Check the top banner if you want more details. Talks about paranormal activity, mythos, and legends. Really cool content, everyone. Go ahead and check it out. I will see you guys in there, if not on Friday. Bye, everyone.